What's up, barbecue fans? Today we're making something that I have never made before, but I'll tell you what, it blew me away. It is beefy, smoky, barky, absolutely delicious. Let's get into it. All right, so let's talk beef belly. Here's what we're looking at. This guy here is from Porter Road. This is dry aged, so it's gonna be good. We've got a layer of fat on the top, and we've got a whole bunch of marbling. Let's open this guy up. And we'll pull this guy out. I'll show you what we're looking at. Now, as you can see, I've got a couple, I'm gonna give this a little bit of a trim here. This is, you know, like on a pork belly, you'd have a little bit of skin or a little bit of hair. This is the same type of thing there, so I'm just gonna cut this off a little bit. Same with this guy right here. Try and keep it parallel to the ground or to the surface so we don't take too huge of divots. Leave the rest alone here. But if you guys have been around here for a while, you know that I am not afraid to share mistakes. But I gotta be honest with you, this is the second video that I'm doing on this. The first one I trashed. I made the mistake of smoking it too low, and what happened is it just didn't render out enough of the fat. So we're doing a do-over. You know, I always want to give you guys some value, and I like to show you mistakes, but this one, you know, I learned from the mistake. We're going to cook it a little higher. I've got a warming oven, so I'm going to throw this in the warming oven when we're done and help render out that fat like I would a brisket. But if we take a look at this guy, I mean, we've got amazing marbling through here. As I said, it's from Porter Road, dry aged. Good quality piece of meat. If you haven't tried Porter Road yet and you'd like to, I have a 15% discount code below. But what we're gonna do here is we're gonna use our friend here, the W sauce. I don't use a binder very often, but this is pretty dry. So I love me some beef and some W sauce. So that'll just help tack up a little bit and give us something for a rub to stick to a little bit more. And today we're gonna use this Yoder, there we go. Yoder beef rub. It is definitely tasty. It's a little coarse, gonna give us a little bit of texture. Not like a brisket rub, it's got a couple other things in there. You could do this salt and pepper, but I do a lot of things just salt and pepper. So I wanna change it up a little bit today. Try and get a little bit on the sides here. I mean, what's in this thing anyhow? We got garlic, paprika, onion, sugar, brown sugar, dry honey, some red bell pepper, a couple of little things in there. So we're gonna have a little bit of flavor here. And what we'll do is we'll flip this guy over. Now, because there's a little bit of sugar in here, this is definitely going to turn it a little on the darker side, whereas if you just went salt and pepper, it would be a little lighter. And we're not going to get crazy with our temp. What we're going to do is we're going to cook this at 250. So today we're doing this on the Kamado Big Bad 32. I just fired it up a few minutes ago. Today we're using some Kamado's coffee lump. It's lump made from coffee wood, and it is super tasty on beef. One mistake I made, I dumped it in, I forgot to put some wood underneath. We're using some Bear Mountain cherry today. Cherry and beef go together very, very well. It gives a nice little sweetness to it. But I had to move all my lump and put some pieces towards the bottom, stack back up my pile. We used our Grill Blazer grill gun to fire that up. And once I was done there, I just put a couple pieces on top because I want to let this sweat in for a little bit. We want to let that slowly come up to temperature. Once this comes up to temperature 250, we're gonna dial it in, and then we'll throw this guy on and we'll get to cooking. So as you can see, our rub has sweated in nicely. The one thing I forgot to mention, Yoder, Meat Church, a whole bunch of other ones, Kettleman's Grill. I get my spices from @bbq.com, have for years, actually where I bought my Yoder. But I have a discount code for them that I got last year. Rum and Cook 11 saves you 11%. It's the beginning of the barbecue season, so if you want to stock up, that'll save you a little bit of money. We are sitting at 275 dome temperature, which means our grade temperature is right around 250, exactly where we want to be. Let's go get this guy on. What we're going to do here is we're going to put it on, I've got the half grade in there, so I've got direct access if I want to add in some wood or anything like that. And we're gonna put this off to the left side and just let that smoke roll for a couple hours before we do anything. All right, so it's been about 5 hours. This guy is sitting at 185. It's time to wrap it. You can see that it's a little bit dark. I pushed the temperatures up to about 300 for the last hour. Wanted to speed it up a little bit. Something came up, but I still wanna give you guys some footage and a video. So what we're gonna do now is we're going to just kind of wrap this guy and put it in for a long rest. Oh, don't mind if I do. A little bit of beer won't hurt anything. Make sure your paper's nice and tight. Now what this will do is, this will help preserve that bark, but it's gonna soften it up a little bit as well. Not as much as if you put it in foil, but what I'm gonna do, this is gonna go back in the Kimono Kamado until it's probe tender. We're looking for warm peanut butter, probably somewhere between 203 and 206, I would guess, maybe 207. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it on there probably for another hour, maybe an hour and a half. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull it and we're gonna put it on 150 for the long rest. So here we are 18 hours later, and if there's one thing that barbecue has taught me, well, there's two things. Number one, you gotta have patience, but number two, sometimes you gotta have a backup plan. Let me explain what I'm talking about. So yesterday, after I wrapped this, it was 185. It got up to just shy of like 200, and I was like, you know what? Dogs are hounding me to take them on our Saturday walk, so I was like, let me get it done. And unfortunately, we were gone a little longer, and the temperature came up a little quicker, and when I came back, this was at 211. So at that point in time, we had to make a change, and now we're gonna make some shredded meat sandwiches. But look, these things happen, and you can't let it ruin your day. At the end of the day, we're still gonna get some great tasting food. Let me have a look. This has been sitting at 150 in my warming oven, as I said, for 18 hours. Let's see how it looks. It's tender, barky. If you have an offset or a fire pit, save this stuff. It's a great fire starter. Beautiful piece of meat. Question is, I mean, I know it's gonna be soft, so we'll cut into it so you can see what it looks like, but then I'm gonna shift to my backup plan here, so. That is some super moist meat. You know what? This might not be as fall apart as I expected it to be. The reason why I was going to shift to a backup plan is because I was worried this would just fall apart and shred. But it's actually holding together pretty well. Better than I expected, actually. It is soft. Well, let's stop looking and give it a try. That's got a very beefy, it's rich because there's a lot of fat to render out there, but it is quite tasty. I've never actually cooked it before. I don't know, I thought I was gonna have to make a sandwich. I'll probably still make a sandwich just for fun, but that's good. Let me get some other pieces here. One of the dogs is going nuts already. I just want to look at it in the middle. It's a little crunchy on the one side. Lots of moisture there. Beautiful. I mean, you can see like this fat up here has got that nice sticky brown to it, or yellow. I can't get over it. It's just a tremendous flavor. I was really worried about with all that fat in the middle, but you can see, give you a little shot there, how much of it's rendered out. It was like that thick. Because what happens is this heats up, it expands. And this side, I was like, oh, that's gonna be a lot of fat, but taking it up a little higher and resting it for 18 hours, I'm gonna call that a definite win. Super, super happy with that. I'm not even gonna take you through the process of making a sandwich because I'm gonna pick it as it is. This is friggin' delicious. Really happy. I guess I didn't need my game plan after all, but anyhow, if you've never tried beef belly before, I think you should give it a shot. This is super, super tasty. Not something you're gonna eat a ton of because it is on the rich side, but it is a nice, different treat that your guests are gonna love. If beef is your thing, I got you covered. Check this one out right here. Thanks as always for watching. I'll see you soon.